One day, women are gonna have to compete with trainees, and it's a sad reality to think about. To just think that trainees are gonna be the prevalent thing in the future. You won't be able to distinguish a real woman from a trainee. You can't even do that nowadays. Back in the day, you could say, "Oh, a real woman has a smooth face. She has, she has thin shoulders. She has small hands, small feet, a natural sized butt, breast." But nowadays, you can't tell because of all the plastic surgery. A lot of these women, real women, look like fucking trainees. Just look at Black China. Look at Black China. Look at Jocelyn Hernandez. Those two women, they look like fucking trainees. If I didn't know they were real women, and there's a lot of speculation. I read online at one point that Jocelyn Hernandez might have been a man, and I can see it easily. It's just she's a real woman because she could have a baby and shit, and Black China is a real woman, but they look like low key. Actually, thinking about it now, especially Black China, high key, she looks like a trainee. Like, what the fuck? I was just looking at her pictures on Instagram a while back, but I digress. It's just sad, and a lot of these trainees look like real, look look like real women. You can't really a lot of times, half the time, you can't distinguish the difference. Sometimes it really sticks out at you that they are trainees, but then other times it's like, damn, she could easily pass as a real woman. And half the time, a lot of these trainees look better than a real woman. They look better than a real woman. It's like, damn, if she didn't have a dick, if she felt like a woman, then I'd probably fuck with her a lot quicker than a real woman. And a lot of these trainees are actually more feminine than the actual women. It's creepy. A lot of these females, real females, act like fucking dudes. It's fucking creepy to me. Just the things that they like, the way they talk, their mannerisms in person. It's like a fucking dude. It's creepy. It's not in the good sense of being a dude in terms of you're cool with them. You could touch it. You could slap the ass, touch the titties every once in a while because you have that type of relationship. It's creepy in terms of like this is what dudes would. It's vulgar. It's very vulgar. A little bit of vulgarism in a clever way isn't a bad thing, but just what they like say, "Yo, what up, bro?" And sometimes it's I don't know how to describe it. Just how they think they're this shit, and then how they think they're all perfect and everything. I understand it because of the compliments they get on social media, and a lot of thirsty dudes and stuff like that has really overinflated their ego just because of how they look. But yeah, a lot of these trainees, they're gonna have to compete with them one day, and in a lot of ways, they're not gonna stand a chance, in my opinion. What I'm seeing, and that's one of the things that the media really isn't talking about: the rise of trainees. They're talking about LGBT, but I'm just talking about the one that really pertains to me as a guy. I won't be able to tell the difference between a real woman and a trainee because a lot of these real women look like trainees because of the plastic surgery. And as much as I hate to say it, I did lose my virginity to a trainee, and as much as I really hate to say that, it shouldn't have never happened in the natural world. But again, it was my first time, and it's I was scared, and it was the only opportunity where I could actually get it for free without paying for it. But yeah, that should have never happened. And after that, I've never gone back to I've never gone back to trains because I just didn't feel like a real woman. After I got my nut off, it just felt kind of weird, and then I just left. The interaction was cool. Don't get me wrong, and she was a decent looking girl, as a trainee. But I just couldn't do it, and I've been tempted, through Craigslist, through other platforms to do it again because I feel like it's so accessible. It's so easy for average guys to get access to trainees than it is to real women. Real women are are much more overbearing. They're much more entitled. It's like everything is for them in this modern era. For your average guy, he's lucky if he gets a piece of ass, so he's gonna take that first thing he gets. From a real woman, if he can't get that, he might just go with a trainee, and I don't blame him personally. You know, it may not feel right at first, but then you might just adapt to it, and then that's his new norm. And he might just like it. He might just at some point fall in love with a trainee more than with an actual woman. I mean, recently I seen a video of two people who are in jail, this guy and then this other guy who's a trainee and took hormones for most of her life and shit, and how they fell in love and when they got out of jail and shit. And the guy throughout that video seemed genuinely happy. If a man's smiling all the time, in most cases he's actually fucking happy, unlike a woman. And the guy was smiling throughout the whole video. He looked genuinely happy. And it's like, damn, real women are in trouble. If you could make a man smile all the time, genuinely, like that, the way that man was smiling, you're in it for a run. You're in for a run. If these trainees really get it down packed, can appeal to a man's internal need to feel loved in this environment where, you just there's a separation. There's a separation. There's a separation. And real trainees can relate more to that struggle of being in this hard environment that real women can't really compete with. That that what a guy has to go through, because with them they have it easy in the sense of everything sort of comes to them, but we have to sort of work hard and to achieve what we want to achieve in life, and there's so much force against that of wanting to be successful in the traditional way. And it's kind of like with trainees, they have to deal with the transition process and the backlash of society. And so I feel like they can be more sympathetic towards real guys when it comes to a lot of things. I feel like they'll be more cool with being about their bodies than a lot of real women. Real women will be a lot more defensive, when in a lot of ways they shouldn't be. I mean, because they're living in the safest era. But a trainee, a transsexual, um, will be a lot more open to you as a person, and into your sexuality. She'll be more willing to please you, to go out of her way to please you than a real woman. A lot of women don't really go out of their way to please their men at all. It's sad. It's sad. A lot of these women, they think just because they got a nice ass and they just give you a little pussy, a little 5-minute tap on the ass, or a little bit of affection, that's enough. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. Even prostitution is the epitome of that. They don't give me enough of what I need. It's just, if I go to trainees one day, so be it. But I've personally done whatever I could to stick with trying to be with real women. And even to this very day, I haven't gone to a trainee since. But it's something I will never want to do. But if life gets to that point where I have to, so be it. Because I'm only human, man. I'm only human. I've been as strong and I've been as naturally inclined to the natural way as much as I can at this point. But the way things are getting so distorted, it's like I don't blame anybody for anything at this point. If you fall in love with a trainee and it works out and you're genuinely happy the way that dude was in that video, more power to you. If that ends up being me, so be it. And I'll revel in it. As much as I hate to do it when it comes to the natural way, but the way things getting distorted, how can you truly blame me? I've tried to be genuine, I've tried to be cool and calm around these girls, but nothing seems to flourish. They don't seem to see me as a person. They don't seem to give me the benefit of the doubt the way I give them. Training seems like the best option, and you girls better watch out. You better watch out. These transsexuals, these beautiful women who you put down and see as a guy is gay for even dealing with a chick with a dick, you better watch out, man. Because things are going to change, and they may change a lot quicker than you think. Men will just stop giving a fuck. A lot of them have, like myself, in a lot of ways. will stop giving a fuck about trying to appease society and just go with something that's a little different. A little different. He doesn't want to go with it. I damn sure don't want to go with it. But if it truly makes me happy, if it truly, this person or whatever makes me happy and gives me that level of power and affection that real woman society can't give me, so be it. So be it. And that's how it just has to be, I guess. So watch out, ladies, watch out, because you're gonna have to, the last thing you thought you had to worry about was guys, maybe other girls. Watch out for them trainees, watch out for those transsexuals, man. The female ones especially. Cause they they're gonna do a lot of damage in the future to you, to your agenda. So I'm out. Peace.